okayfm 101.7.
Lawyer graduate Edudzie Tamakloe aid the former president Mahama was signed melanimuni law memoache.
Bakwame, and then the other man, with you for Bakwame,
Yeah, so now Bokodi.
What the other room, Bakwame? The other room.
Where dear me busa general question, meaning Sabia, me say Russia, Ukraine. Yes, say,
let me deal with question. One, Obibia, or why economics, Dano, at the university level, the FNO,
econometrics, yeah.
Level 400, of course, be an economic theory. To be macro, no, micro. Now, why econometrics is so? I say economics and mathematics are both. Now, one who say economists and a situation where Obet now at the Busumuka and a conjecture at the Ayekimans. Omo are provided mathematical skill set. It may be MIA analysis law. Now, what reduces the whole thing to mathematical precision? Say 1 a 1, say 2 a 2. 0.1 and 0.1. Economy is almost middle ground conversation. It is like this, it is not like this. You know, we're reducing conversation to mathematics. Into the area, and I say, now would be a very important question. What is the nature of volume of exports or imports from Russia, from Ukraine? You know, volume now. Who say, okay, by reason of this war, the volumes have come down. And by reason say volume now back down, since revenue generation is also predicated on the volume of your import and export. But that by reason of the war, this is the level of the impact. It may be running over regression analysis. Where the problem is coming from, where the impact is coming. There were Ghana statisticians, there were mathematicians in the office of the vice president. What we say about Bawumia or Kasa? Oh, you see those kind of things, because when you say mathematics, the acronym, the data can easily be interrogated. It's, you know, or you see 777, very pedestrian propositions. No agino troca, no call. What I say? No agino troca, no call. With you, no. And what? Or say Russia, Ukraine, COVID-19, IPP.
But I was expecting him to put out a data. Say, volume of imports.
Exactly. And so, because this is how Ghana is so interconnected with Russia. It is because there is war. You know. And you might see a Russia, no, and a year, you benya $200 million. Actually, because of Russia-Ukraine war, you know, that $200 million now, I'm not. And I said, also, Ghana for rice, and that your greatest rice importation is Russia. And because of the war, no, rice now is Russian, but into a comma Ghana.
And no, 30%. Sebia, the total volume of imports.
In terms of impact, anything economics, and I make her say, yeah, war. Mathematical tools are a years analysis. And you know, and yeah, all the data not to war. So, Nipani economics from Russia, Ukraine, Azerbaijan, or who data now? when you say beta na kasa but you say bra kwame no credit e ba ko pe no credit e ba ko pe what here na also excess capacity charge and I take or pay contract and yes sir so
I was here no so affect o pa
and that they have paid 17 billion
17 million what
17 billion Ghana cedis now unim see your vice president on kind of credit.
Oh, but Kasabia, the Okaya,
no, on kind of credit. Because you see, what can I say when you have bad on Chamber Church? I say, my work and you no credit. Then you repeat the lie. Make can say,
is it not true? Also true, say, Ampa, you 17 billion Ghana cedis.
And you no credit.
Oh, okay.
And you no credit. Wouldn't be a buy. And what? The deputy energy minister, Reku, almost something Reku or something.
Or the Reku Edu.
Oh, Reku. And as Suhini, every son say, I buy every year, piano, which you $1 billion for excess capacity charges or take or pay payments. And you know, now, or you only will need motion. And no,
and not Suhini Busa. Honorable Reku Edu was so new.
Video.
Please send me.
I was saying now I want my with you for no dear who said, lawyer to you didn't try now there. What did you tell you?
But I see Onimwa and no interest be a entry assess can.
Yes, and you now take off pay payment and your energy ministry.
Energy ministry, yeah.
Are the payments done in the office of the vice president?
No.
The contract is it not energy related? So can you pay them without the energy ministry knowing?
No.
Wouldn't idea or confusing for one. This whole claim so much you have 17 billion. It's not correct for excess capacity charge. Wouldn't last year, and as to him, send a question to the Minister of Finance based on the same MPP for Kikai. It was sending a question not to Finance Minister, no. Finance Minister about Parliament, every year question. Now, just for the record, they say, me reading out questioner to Hini, Ebisa Finance Minister. And I want anybody in government to come and challenge me. May the record not to you can come and challenge me. This is a question from Suhini. He said, Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the Minister for Finance, which independent power producing companies have received payments from government of Ghana for excess capacity charges and how much was paid to each company in the last 4 years? But I mean, but don't hear question no. Or say, to ask the Minister for Finance, which independent power producing companies have received payments from government of Ghana for excess capacity charges and how much was paid to each company in the last 4 years? That was the question. Now listen, Finance Minister Emma Mwayeno, answer to parliamentary questions. Mr. Speaker, the underlisted independent power producers have received payments for excess capacity charges for the period under review, 2017 to 2020, totaling $937 million. $937 million for excess capacity charge. That is the finance minister. But me figure on the 17 billion on your fee.
Maybe your finance minister go to $900 and something million.
Or $937 million.
Enna. Me ba.
But me 17 billion on your fee. I may say your vice president will on credit.
Oh, say there is disparity.
Now, I don't know how to even say it again. On kind of, and you know what? Let me even tell you something else. What him said, this $937 million now or more cano, it's not even for excess capacity charge. What him say?
No, for them.
Okay. When the companies are mutual as can buy, Omoma AXA, $347 million. Bruh, Menoka say AXA will produce power. It should be producing power now. How do you call it? Excess capacity charge.
Hey, beer. One more power will produce. Me bajo mo. I'm bajo mo. Hey, beer power will produce no. There are other ebi o wa want to be producing o producer ebika. But say na bi.
Brother, me no can say here. When a B5.
Yeah.
B5 and crofona omoye metals and keka won the wenya at that point or so. When we say yeah, here, they are producing 40% capacity.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why they are producing at 40% capacity is that they don't have enough power.
And the assertion say power ni bi o kra na e take or pay ye nyuso no enye no kre. Okay.
B5 were here. They need more power for production. Omonya power no. They are producing at 40% capacity. Now, when another company or Mutua, car power, $359 million. $359 million. You know, but you have car power. Every day car power on producing power.
Say, me fan say I say bia makoto car mienu ana mo beji car mienu afim ho. E na maka je mo say car no mienu no bia ba ko na mo de adwuma ba ko na si wo no. So de ye adwuma wo nya adwuma wo betua ka. Is that not the case?
And then your friend Obeka say excess capacity charge. Or take or pay.
Take or pay, yeah.
Or take or pay. But the metro on say, can you need ye juma?
Oh, and you take or pay an access.
Entimi take or pay. In any case, back on me. Yen MPP for demonizing take or pay agreement. Me know Kasa is here. After ya, omuchi $347 million. After contract ended this year. Yet Kasa is here. Wouldn't we say? I'm buying it after extended contract no for another 5 years.
And no take or pay any woman and send him.
A woman. That's why we say a woman, and they have taken the contract to PLC to approve the new tariff. As anybody can challenge. So in one breath, we say take or pay. But me know you are extending the ASA contract for another 5 years. Take or pay. And so I buy SST of the FM Tema LNG. Liquefied natural gas plant. Tema. And you take or pay. It's car power. You have extended the car power contract for another 10 years. Obiambe challenging. And car power is producing power. Now, we need another thing. Almost how much you understand power? $331 million. Are they not producing power? Are they not producing power? So these three companies are who claim to work your music in the name of excess capacity. They are producing power for you. They are producing power for you. We know what I say. I'm married. See, I'm married contract now by you. And now you can say, I'm buying and relocating a married contract, no? And you are cook master. But because someone say I'm married now, John Mahama, they buy into when him your my almost is not now into Kumasi Power Project. Omon person as Antifo who say power plant now, they call Ofori Chrome, no? And John Mahama, they buy it. Almost super no or memoir. Into cleverly, almost is not to Kumasi Power Project. When everything is about America. But this aside, Assembly by any beside the office of the vice president provide us a bicycle there, the source is known. Look, a bicycle, only one Ghana city grab from the consolidated fund. You can trace it to the last person. It's a bizarre Bawumia office for say. Give us the list of the 17 billion. Who and who received that 17 billion? Then they provided a list. Back when your man will. And say, Bawumia on Kanokre. On Kanokre. You pay 600 million Ghana cedis to Stratcon Energy for fuel supply. Brakwame, what you have 600 million Ghana cedis to Stratcon Energy for fuel supply. How is that excess capacity charge? What you have another 300 million to go for fuel supply. How is that excess capacity charge? So your vice president in Kano, correct? And it is getting annoying. Brakwame. And now you are blaming the reason why we went to IMF on payments at one Kasawaye. How is that take or pay? Brakwame said you the plant and here Juma, would there be a supply of fuel for which you are paying for? When you pay for power, Onipana produce here, what we use here, how do you call it take or pay? But that time, you know what is happening. The independent power producers will go. Omonia, energy now. Omoton in dollars. And one about me on person on can of cream. Omoton in dollars. The tariffs are always in kilowatts, a certain cents of a kilowatt. Not in cedis, in cents, dollars. And anytime that there's depreciation of the cedi, independent power producers, omoton power, Emma ECG in dollars. However, ECG cotton power no ma Ghana for oton in cedis. Sebio, what could you use or prepaid away in dollars? You pay in cedis. So and now cedi now depreciated to 8.15 Ghana cedis for $1. It is having an effect on ECG payments to these independent power producers. How do you call that excess capacity charge? Because by the time our ECG beton power no other back, no other not depreciation are back. But you see, Bawumia knows say the depreciation is as a result of the incompetence. And one person won't take responsibility for the depreciation of the city. It will say, oh, take or pay contract. It's a lie from the pit of hell. And the vice president should know, say, office now occupied. The position of president and vice president, I've told you on this platform that in the next 100 years, in Nipa 25 penny bit me and penny or memoir. And no plan, they should be doing only 5 years. So be here 8 years, it reduces the number of persons who can even become president in the next 100 years. And it's a Namia Wadum now be vice president or my opinion. And a unique position. You must handle that position with dignity. Now, what is it from this vice president? I will go the position of vice president, who go office no who face. What can the office no into some drama concert? Na asama ba babe Ghana with humility. Look, one of the things I can never look, no matter how you dislike President Kufuor, one of the things you can never take away from him, and he did something in the year 2000 campaign. Now GH mentioned no more gallon, no more rally. Mr. Gallon boy is saying movement me na then Ghana for because there be Jumbo so system okay the year 2000 campaign your system na to abapa o man penny ku for be ye man penny no no abegina simpie so ka so they're not making in opposition about amamu no and tisa Ghana for Mesremo. I have to take certain decisions and then some make a brand new opposition no and yet the same but Mesremo Monfanchemi. And the typical Ghanaian and you're forgiving. The typical Ghanaian, we are so forgiving. And it's in a young for kind of the Ghanaian hospitality because you want that forgiving spirit. You wish that we are honest will go with you. What running an economy, what destroy an economy in the year 2017, who taking over this administration? Sebe, John Mahama, NDC, 8 years, and you only one oil well. Only one, Jubilee Field. By the time John Mahama Besia Bemunu, now all the 2 additional oil wells at the Abema buying. 2 additional oil fields in what they are buying. And so on. By the time John Mahama Besia Bemunu, we are taking the hard decision. In fact, politically, suicidal decision of passing the Energy Sector Levies Act. You know, MP4 can say that particular act, a nuisance taxes. Nuisance. From 2021, from 2017 to date, Eslankwa Ama Abenyu almost getting to 17 billion Ghana cedis. Let anybody come and challenge me. 17 billion in the Abenyu. Now, we need to Omukoye. Omubaya na. Omukote company bi omo friend no Esla PLC. Nti omo te Esla PLC no na omo de akọje bosia. Na omo de akọje bosia. Buburuja. Nti no the original Esla Act no can say in 5 years you be yi Esla na efiho. Brapa me no can say omo de akọje bosia for 10 years. It's Oma extended Esla Nanka in 5 years, a Bewunu. Oma extended for another 10 years. 2035. You know, Modia Kwaji Bosnia. If you know, anything a fewer prices they cost you know. Anything a fewer prices they cost you know. Nanka by this time, Yahuni na ye come. But because of Bosnia no Marco for another 10 years, you know. How much will reducing the price of fuel? Because who reducing the price of fuel? And the assembly would default on the Esla bonds. That's aside. But Kwame, when say, Abayi Baye, 2017, okay, the famous Ken bond, $2.25 billion now, from Franklin Templeton. Okay. In Omukoji Sashika. Bonds. Then 2018, almost another $2 billion. 2019, then almost another $2 billion.
About your own, what much they say, COVID in the moon. Scar, what much did you know? And I buy a car.
No, 2019, not COVID or memoir.
Okay, no, about latter part of
no, fact,
about 2020. Sorry.
The reported case of COVID was in March.
March
2020. When we said 2020, in the midst of COVID, Abaisa for J, Bosnia, almost $2 billion. In the midst of COVID, 2021 year, almost for J, another $3 billion. These figures are made to where anybody can challenge me. They say, Abai said, Oh, in the last 5 years, Eurobond on my $11 billion. Can we put that on Eurobond $11 billion? Black man $11 billion times eight Ghana cedis. Now look, no credit or what? As here, my Ghana for when we say maybe I can operate about bond via the company data bank, more commission. The other deputy chair, on the company, more commission. So, the reason why because it was giving their private companies more money by way of commission. What say your mind? What destroy this country's economy completely? It's a simple Benya who Brazil. No matter as the chairman of the economic mismanagement team, mismanaging economy. And you buy me a MPP program or conference as here. You know, say what a solid team. Professor Jamba for Osafo Mafo, Keno Poriata, Boache Janako. Professor Jamba for what a solid team. And you all know that this concept in your man. And next solid team, no one. Solid team, Etimidi call IMF in an ambulance. Now, when you say, Sebio, we are seeing Sebi, Obi Yaria, Obi Nantiako Hospital, or Nantico Hospital, Doctor no Evu, who are prescribing Drobiama, no Shikuhi. But say, you don't call hospital in an ambulance, it means that it's an emergency situation. When we say, and then say, Ghana and call IMF in an ambulance. Now, the SIS frame crown and say, when we say IMF program, yeah, and yeah, and the crown will conclude you. It will take us 6 months before we can conclude this IMF program. 6 months. So, see, the years within that 6 months, what is going to happen to this economy? Look, back on me. In Kofujuma, good. And Kofujuma say, that's the who and the chairman of the economic mismanagement team. And says about the concept, as some Fabia to Kofujuma concept in a wood. I said, you who blame me, Mahama? Who blame me COVID-19? Back when me with my dear, this analysis on Moyana and Yano, make sure some figure this is here. So, because Ghana Funya, when you say, the total revenue exposes something about this government. And the person will take you through so that may there be an account. We are ubet me after we are bemo on be disputing these figures. And yes, at him to do, let's dispute the figures.
Okay.
When we say in the year 2015, total revenue at Mahama by NIA was 22 billion.
22 billion Ghana cedis.
In 2015.
Okay. 2016,
it rose to 27 billion Ghana cedis.
27 billion.
The entire year. Then 2017 and another Dankwe Kufado Behrman, it jumped from 27 to 33 billion Ghana cedis. This data is with GRE. You can easily ascertain it. Then 2018, a movie from 33 billion to 39 billion Ghana cedis. 2018.
To say,
COVID in Europe.
To say
39 billion.
39. I appreciate it by 6 billion.
Exactly. Perfect. Now, as you will be carefully. The year before COVID, 2019, and yes, sir. 2019, revenue moving from 39 billion to 45 billion Ghana cedis. That's 2019, before COVID. And see, the COVID affected import volumes, sir. It should have a corresponding reduction in total revenue. And yes, sir.
Aye.
And you're logical.
Uh-huh.
No, back when they say what you here.
Metia said 2019 was 45 billion.
45 billion. Now 2020, unim send yenyae.
Baby.
47 billion Ghana cedis.
Amidst COVID.
Amid COVID. Bakwami. Amid COVID. So even in the midst of COVID, you made $2 billion more than what you did in 2019 and now COVID in Iho. Bakwami. So how do you blame COVID? And now, Yahweh, Oyene, Esi, Viasia, Amansani, Nano, who make 47 billion more than the 45 billion you did in 2019. So, how do you blame COVID?
But COVID, you know, so we are buying contracting many loans to be a boy into debt servicing. Any amortization.
When we say 2021, no. By which time we say COVID to say vaccine and in your mouth started banner. Who make it 57 billion? 57
I know you had a ban
2021 last year.
57 billion.
57 billion. By 2021, now COVID I pure my
there be the fee. But says because of COVID-19, you but I'm sorry.
I'm very happy that you brought the expenditure thing. The year 2020 was an election year. So okay. When we say a very parliament, eco pass the FNO Fiscal Responsibilities Act. So okay.
Sure.
I can say your budget deficits are near cost so. This time the maximum we can do should be 5%. So okay. For Dr. Polakwa, the chairman of the Fiscal Responsibility Council. When we say in the year 2020, COVID, your budget deficit rose to 15.7%. 15.7%, the highest in West Africa.
Yeah, growth.
But what's it?
A growth and I again.
No, I don't.
50.7% idea.
That's the budget deficit.
Hey, annually 15.7%.
15.7% budget deficit for the year 2020. Ivory Coast, your neighbor. COVID-19 and Ivory Coast.
Alcohol.
Nigeria population, they say.
There be a huge.
COVID affected Ghana more than Nigeria.
No.
COVID affected Ghana more than Ivory Coast.
No.
COVID affected Ghana more than Burkina Faso.
Baby.
When you be a deficit no rises to 15.7%. Election expenditure.
And there's a political party now. Some more be more sana ya neighbor.
So why not take responsibility for it? So you take responsibility for it, Anna. So why are you blaming COVID? Why you arguing say you wanted to win an election at all costs? And you decided to engage in election spending. Let me give you one classic example. Back when I said you. Voters register Benedict Anado Ebeyam and Penny 2016.
But I didn't know about saying anything.
Oh, black one neighbor. Me say 2016 voters register Benedict Anabaye.
Oh, they compile that no.
And yet the year in 2012 no.
Aye.
Okay. When we say anytime you yes and your manner, your donor communities FYI. They support the Electoral Commission. And this time, 2020 Electoral Commission here say, against all sensible suggestions, say, Obe compile a new register. No. The international community says that no, we don't see the justification. Because the register you claim, say, and you know, it gave the president 1 million votes difference, and yes, and no more cano. So why do you want to change the register? Into the donor communities can say they are not going to support us. What do we say? Nana Dodanko Kupado Emma Jane Mensa $80 million to compile a new register. $80 million. And no crown is just for the procurement of machines. So, and now also man additional 400 million Ghana cedis. So on Fanto hand sanitizers, Veronica bucket, nose mask for the voter registration exercise. Brakwame okay say against all advice. Omu ye say Mofrana school because you're closing schools in Tinu. And Mofrana come back to school. So okay, because Akufado wanted the kids to go back to school so they can be registered to vote in the next election, which is the December election. So against all sensible advice, almost a Mofrana uncle. Can Oporiata for Parliament say? Sir and Mofrana omu can say omu come back to school no. Oma Abansika close to 600 million Ghana cedis. Figures right now appendix 4E of the mid-year budget statement 2021. Anybody can challenge me. So, brother, when we will be an Asikano air coming, and now, me no can say, almost be agenda 111 project. According to Keno Poriata, almost spending 600 million Ghana cedis on agenda 111 project in the year 2021. Ah, brother, where are the agenda 111 projects? The last time now Obi tell me so after now Omuye Foundation and Kikahu. Me also was spending 600 million Ghana cedis on it. And so why was the design of Agenda 111 projects, the design and coordination, which you are David Ajay and Associates, 36 million Ghana cedis, so source. It's in appendix 4E of the budget statement. So who decided say who be using election? Now, one of the things crown is the film crown and they say October 2020, in the midst of COVID-19, I will say COVID-19, in Kinoyenia Bano, Abayima, the Nkrofo National Cathedral, almost 142 million Ghana cedis for the building of cathedral in the midst of COVID. So let Bawumia know, say, what has brought this country down on its knees? And yet the reckless election expenditure in the year 2020. Now, before Obi Beba Abeka show, now you discount the free SHS. So far, the cost of free SHS, Mr. A little over 7.2 billion. 7.2 billion. Oil and gas in Kwa Ama Abayi over $2 billion. Sika Yanyefia oil over $2 billion. And then Sika Aba Ama Abayi Akufo-Addo Mamui from our oil fields in Kwa. So let nobody come and deceive us. Say a free SHS. And your election expenditure. Recently, Nyankupo Awon Peboni, MPP, original vice chairperson, Madame Felicia Tete, and your MPP parliamentary candidate for Sagnarigu constituency, Northern Region. Eba Bontin said, MPP parliamentary candidate, dear Momuna, 100,000 Ghana cedis from COVID-19.
No, quite the M1 to say, especially prosecutor, one to
well, if you are John will not be called.
Ah, okay.
Rapami, 100,000 Ghana cedis, MPP parliamentary candidate. Into not MPP or how many parliamentary candidates? 275.
Oh, Bia, Ebikwa Mamma Bois.
Huh?
Ebia no Bois.
Rapami, from the time of that audio recording, but when we say Obia be denied,
and also
dare not. One in the omu what your COVID-19 expenses now? Almost say, allocated 600 million Ghana cedis to support small and medium scale businesses. So okay.
Aye.
That money they were basically giving it to MPP members. And what now? Omunya 100,000 now. Omu parliamentary candidates no. So this is where Udi Ghana Sika, a brana Udi Ghana Sika, a boy. Yeah. Aku kwado aben a prodigal son or ye wasteful.
Mm.
And then the economy. So let's not be heard anywhere saying that, oh, COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine. I've given you the analysis, even from our revenue projection.
Okay.
I actually say, in the mixed COVID year, we made 47 billion Ghana cedis, 2 billion more than what we did in the year 2019 when there was no COVID.
Okay. Medicine pay.
Medicine back.
Medicine lawyer God we Edudzie Tamakloe na yene di nkomo no na
okayfm 101.7